In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use SmartMates. SmartMates will greatly increase the speed in which you build your assemblies. But before we learn how to do SmartMates, we need to talk about the models we have on the screen. On the screen currently, I have the square block open. However, it's open in an assembly. I also have a pin open, but this pin is open in the part environment. So make sure when you go to your working files folder, you open the pin in the part environment and you open the square block in the assembly environment. Now we're ready to get started. There's a couple methods for applying SmartMates. One method is to do it through Windows. So I am going to go to the drop-down menu, Window, and then select Tile Vertically. In the left-hand window, you will see the assembly of the square block, and in the right window, you will see the pin, which is in the part environment. Now, to apply a SmartMate, it is as simple as placing the cursor on the surface of the part and holding down the left mouse button. When I drag the cursor over to the window screen, you'll see the part icon at the cursor. However, when near the hole feature, it will switch over to a SmartMate graphic. And in this case, this is the concentric SmartMate. So if I release the left mouse button, the concentric mate appears in the pop-up toolbar. All I need to do is select the green check mark, and a concentric mate is added. You will notice though, the coincident mate was not added. That would be added in a separate operation. Now if we expand the mates in the feature manager tree, you will see that concentric mate. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Is there a way that we can apply a concentric mate and coincident mate all in one SmartMate? And there is. Instead of selecting the face of the pin, we need to select the circular edge of this pin. When we hold down the left mouse button and we drag it over to the internal feature on this side of the block, notice the SmartMate graphic. That graphic is applying both a concentric and a coincident mate. Now, if the pin is flipped in the wrong direction, you can simply tap the Tab key and it will flip the pin. In this case, it flipped the pin to the inside of the square block. That is not what we want. So I am going to tap the Tab key again and it flips it in the correct direction. I'll release the left mouse button and notice in the feature manager tree, both a concentric and a coincident mate was added. Another method for applying the SmartMates is to do it through the assembly environment. So I am going to maximize the assembly window. I'll rotate the part and let's insert another pin. To apply a SmartMate in the assembly environment, you do need to hold down the Alt key. So holding down the Alt key, I'll select the circular edge and then move the cursor to the internal feature. Notice I receive the SmartMate graphic, release the left mouse button, and the part is positioned, and the two mates are added. So that is how SmartMates work, and you will find if you use them enough, they greatly increase your speed in building assemblies.